Yeah, it's not even close like before.
No, you haven't been into like Johnny went to a house yesterday and got fleas.
He has a baby.
It's okay. Listen, you had babies too and you got fleas.
Yeah, no, but that baby just born like less 6 months.
It's okay. He stripped all his clothes on outside and came in the house naked.
Like you and what is it, mastic or
Levy.
Shirley?
No, where we were, what was in that house? I mean, I've gotten fleas a bunch of times. I mean, so have you. But we got fleas together once.
Yeah.
We got fleas in Shirley.
Nothing
in the house, totally empty. We came outside covered in fleas.
Yeah, outside in the yard, parking lot.
They have raccoons up there.
Yeah.
How long have we known each other? 10 years?
Kind of.
It's been 10 years, right?
Yeah, almost 10 years.
Almost or 10 years?
I think the first time I met you is 2013.
The first time I met you was 2000. It's been more than 10 years.
Yeah, I know the 2013 because like in February, my wife had surgery.
Okay.
And by that time.
And I met you at the end of the year, like Christmas time.
Yeah.
But
I spoke to you in February, I think.
So maybe like 11 years ago.
Kind of.
11 years.
Yeah, 2013.
So for those of you who don't know, this is Leo, right? So Leo, literally, you and I are day one, man.
Yeah, day one.
Literally,
day one.
First house I ever flipped. I hired. So the story goes that first house I ever flipped, I hired a general contractor. What was that guy's name?
It was the guy who do all the flood area in Wanto and do that house. I don't remember what
the hell was his name.
I don't remember.
So I hired a general contractor for my first job, and I realized halfway through that if I was going to do this the level that I wanted to do this, that there was no way that I was ever going to be able to use general contractors because it was half a mess. But you had worked with him periodically, so you came in to do like the trim work and some like odds and ends type of stuff, and he had brought you in for a few days.
Yeah, but basically I don't work for him.
Yeah.
Miguel, remember Miguel?
Which Miguel?
Yeah, you don't remember Miguel, the old one, the old man.
The old man Miguel?
Yeah,
this isn't the guy who got into the car accident, right? No, different Miguel.
The different Miguel. So I work with Miguel in another company. He do the painter in another company. So when you had trouble with the house, remember when the trim is like crook and everything?
Yeah.
So Miguel called me, we have trouble, can you help us? So that's when I met you.
Yeah, so Leo came in on the first job, and I think you were basically like, I think you said to Betsy, like in Spanish, you were like, hey, this is a mess. Like this guy doesn't know anything. So, I mean, obviously I wasn't part of the conversation. So what happened?
Yeah, because she want me to fix the stuff.
Yeah.
And I told her, we can't fix it. We have to redo the new one because that's impossible. When I say we had to redo the new one, I see your face like, it's not going to happen. I say, it's going to happen because you can't leave it. Like, the house is like, it's a mess.
Yeah.
And this is the first house.
That was the first house we ever did. So
and this is like in October or November? Kind of.
Yeah, it had to be November because the next thing I remember is you and I on like Christmas Eve hooking up like a washer dryer, because at that point it was my first house. I had spent 3 years in school or like training with different mentors to get there. I was running my other business, working 2 jobs, and like this had to work. I like borrowed money. I didn't have any money, and either this was going to work or it was going to be really bad. So we were out of money, and I was out there with you putting this washer dryer together.
Yeah, December 24, 7:30.
7:30 at night on Christmas Eve. I mean, I'm Jewish, so not as big of a deal for you, but definitely a big deal for you, and I appreciate that. And then that house ended up selling for exactly what I thought, and that was the beginning of my career.
Yeah, that's when we started.
That's when we started, and then I called you up, and I was like, Leo, do you have guys? Let's put something together, and you did. We got, what was it, 6 guys at the beginning. We found a house in Seaford.
Yeah, the house in Seaford. That house, when we do the first house, remember I'm really scared because in my mind you're never gonna pay me. And you look at him like, this guy is like, and I told you, listen, I got bad experience, and this is most of the contractors. They don't pay the people, and it's hard.
Yeah, there's a lot of bad stuff that goes on in the construction world.
Yeah.
So yeah, I remember you told me I'm really afraid. And then the first check cleared.
I'm good.
And then you were good.
That's good. I mean, up to now, it's not for nothing, but I mean, in my experience, you are one of the most honest guy I've ever seen in my life. It's not because you're here.
Until today. Because it's
up
always
to today. It's up to today. Like, it's not. You can even ask Rolando. You can have everybody, and everybody. I mean, is like work with you because basically, the job is done. You got pay.
We pay.
Yeah, and this is the most important thing, and this type of business you have because most people they disappear, they don't want to pay, and this. I mean, this it's not good. That's why everybody want to work with you, and that's why you grow, and that's why everybody love you because basically you are a really nice person.
Thank you.
And I told everybody because sometimes when they call me, Leo, you want to work for Charles, and I said, listen, I'm with Charles up to the day I die. And I told everybody, like, you are one of the best person I ever met in my life. Everything I had because basically you come to be part of my life.
Yeah, and I love you for that. You know, I love you to death. And that goes both ways. This thing got built off of the backs of you and I out there in Home Depot in your truck.
5 in the morning.
5 o'clock in the morning, loading up wood. You just, because at the beginning we did everything ourselves.
Yeah.
Right? So we had 6 guys and we're like, all right, we had to figure it out. It was a process. So first we had 6 guys. We're like, oh, we don't need 6 guys. 6 guys is too many. So it's like.
Then we got back 5.
Then we had 5. We're like, oh, still too many. Then we had 4. We finally realized, like, okay, 4 is the right amount of guys. Yeah. If you have more than 4, they waste time.
Yeah.
If you have less than 4, you can't get it done this fast. So if you want to get it moving the entire time, you need 4 guys. And then we went through the process of figuring out, like, what should the 4 guys be? So you have a guy who's like a team leader who can do everything. Yeah. You have a helper, and then you have like 2 carpenters.
Yeah. And this is how we can make a team.
Yeah. And
back then we have like the 5 guapos.
Yeah, los cinco guapos.
The 5 guapos. Yeah. So that's why they have the four guys. Little by little we can let it go to have its own crew.
Yep.
Up to one day we have like.
Exactly. So the 4 guys went to go lead a crew. So that was kind of like the training ground.
Yeah, the training.
You would be on a team, and then if you excelled on a team, as we grew, you would run your own team.
Yeah.
And you'd be responsible for a truck, and you're responsible for your 4 guys, and you would coordinate the entire thing and make sure it came together. But it was really hard, and construction is really, really, really hard.
Yeah, some people they don't realize they see you now. And they see you now in TVs and commercial. They see you everywhere because everybody know you now. They don't realize how hard you work. And I know how hard you work. You work Sundays, you work nights. I remember you do a video, one house in, I think it's Roosevelt, I think, like 5:30 on Saturday.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah, it's like
it's 7 days a week. I mean, listen, and you were there the entire time, and nobody told us how to do this. Like, listen, you are very talented in construction. You're very talented with your hands. You can build anything, but it's you and I. You can build stuff. I think I can figure out how to buy stuff, but how do you scale that? How do you do 5 and 10 and 20 and 70 houses a year?
It's a lot.
And it got harder as time went on. I remember back like in 2017, we were doing like 60, 70 houses, and we were moving.
It's moving.
And then all of a sudden, the town started with the permits.
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. That time is when the people start, basically the town following you like fucking crazy. Yeah. Like they find you anywhere.
I was getting paranoid at that point. I felt like they were following us around or something, because we were doing work without permits, and permits weren't really a big deal at the time. And then all of a sudden, I guess they realized, hey, we can make money off this. And all of a sudden, every town we went to, we were getting stopped.
Maybe
and that was
jealous people.
That was kind of, I don't know why it happened, but that was kind of like the beginning of just very, very difficult times.
Yeah,
because when you have permits, obviously you need architectural plans, you need sign-offs. They're looking at every little thing. It just takes a lot of time. And the enemy to this business is obviously time, because every day that you have a house, it's money. And construction costs are very difficult to manage, and they go up every day. So it got very hard.
The good part is you never stop.
No, you can't stop.
You never stop. You always keep working, and it's hard.
What are some of the funny and crazy things that we went through together over the years? I mean, yeah, we've gotten fleas before and had to strip on the lawn.
The most funny thing, I think, is how when we found. I think it's
what, the dead cat, the burial ground in the basement of Uniondale.
It's not a cat.
I mean, I thought it was a cat.
No, it's not a cat.
So, I mean, something was buried there.
But it's something huge, but I don't think it's a cat.
I didn't know about it. All I know is the place smelled until we painted it.
Yeah. The guy when we went to, I think it's a Saturday, when we went to the truck to demo the house, and the guy opened the window, put the big sign like private property. This the house?
Which house was that?
This is the house in Unidale.
No, not that one.
The one you got with you knock the door, the tall guy showed up to the...
No. Oh, we've had squatters. We've gone to houses and there was people in them. I mean, we've had raccoons. Remember one of the first original houses in Bethpage? Where you send me a video that the guys are running through the basement, swinging because the raccoons are jumping at the guys, and they made a hole in the ceiling, and all of a sudden there's like 6 raccoon apes, and they're running through the entire fucking house.
The baby ones. Yeah, it was bad.
Running everywhere. I mean, getting shut down by the town, not being allowed to work. I mean, we've pretty much been through everything.
A lot. I think the most hardest time I have is the one in Levittown.
Which one? Which Levittown? Oh, yeah, no, we can't talk about that.
Yeah, no. This is.
No, that was perfectly orchestrated.
No.
That was the best thing. That was the most surgical renovation ever.
This is like, it's not funny.
Yeah.
Imagine like, you know my wife, right?
Yeah, of course I know your wife.
Went back home, like late night. My phone never rang in the middle of the night.
Oh, yeah.
And they call and said, Spanish lady said, who's calling? Why you pick up the phone? Who is calling? Nobody. What do you mean nobody? Why you don't pick up the phone? Why you say this is hard. That time is hard. This is so funny. Like,
what do you I mean, we went from one house and like 4 guys to, at one point we had 3 crews of 4, 2 electrical crews,
2 plumbing crews,
and 2 plumbing crews. So we had 12, and then 4 is 16, and 20, and then we had like 21 guys.
21 guys
running around. And you ran all of that by yourself. I mean, how you did it, I have absolutely no idea.
We don't do new construction. Like exactly like you say, we don't have too much town involved. This way easy, because when they get involved, like exactly like you say, the permit, inspection for insulation, framing, electric, plumbing.
Yeah.
So they hold the whole process of the house. We work with no permit, so this is just me and you. I can figure it out, and I call you. You showed up like 2 seconds. This is what we do, and this. So I don't know how you come with all this, because I spent like 3 days in one house and I can't figure it out. You come in 2 seconds, you stop it by the door, you look at it like top and bottom, left to right, okay, give me tape measure.
Yeah, but those are great days.
Yeah, this is like, and I look like,
so.
And Selvin is there too. Selvin look at me like,
well, it was a collaborative effort. So our favorite thing was we would, when I met Leo doesn't use paper and pen.
I didn't even use it.
He would write on a piece of sheetrock.
And a piece of 2x4.
Or he would write on a board. You know, by the end time it was an iPad, and we finally got you on technology. But we used to go and buy like sidewalk chalk.
Yeah.
And this was actually my favorite part of the whole thing. So we buy a house. It was disgusting. It was filled with garbage and dead cats and fleas and stink and all that. We would send a demo crew in there, and they would gut the entire place. And then you and I would go in there, like on a Saturday, just quiet. and we would have your bucket of chalk.
Yeah.
And we would sit there for hours, and we would measure, and we would draw, and we would basically create the layout in the house on every single house.
Every single house.
And that's how we built it. And you and I were a perfect team because I don't know anything about construction. So I would be like, let's do this, and this. And then you know everything about construction, but you always kind of let me be me. And you would just say, okay, I'll do it. And you would go do it. If I knew more about construction, or if you were a different person, you might have been like, hey, it's going to cost too much to do that, or that's not a good idea, or I might not have suggested it. The fact that I don't know anything or didn't know anything about construction, I would just be like, all right, this is going to work. And then you were just so nice. You were like, okay, we're going to do it. And that was it.
That number one, I mean, you and I ask nothing crazy. Basically, the thing you ask, this is the thing you have. And this number one. Number two, it's not like the end of the world. Because this is something I don't, up to today, I don't know how you say you don't know nothing about construction, because
till today.
Basically,
well, I can't swing it. If you told me to do something, I couldn't do it.
Yeah, but I mean, all the stuff you told me is like, basically it's legit. Like, it's nothing crazy. Like, you not told me when I build a house crooking. Like, basically everything you told me is like basically carpentry. And I don't know, every time you say, I don't know nothing about this, I mean...
Well, I would say, like, move this wall, move that here. I think this will work.
Yeah, but sometimes we do crazy stuff, like the house in Levittown. We put the lamp in from one side to the other side, leave the hole open.
But I didn't even know it was that crazy. Like, you know, because you're like, I hope this thing doesn't fall down. But I don't know. I'm just like, open it up. But, yeah, we used to have those big lamp beams. They were like this thick, and they were all glued together.
Yeah.
And you'd have guys there, like 6 guys loading it up.
Those days is hard.
Yeah.
That's hard.
Yeah.
But that's good.
It builds character. Those were like, that's what we learned. We figured it out. So for you, I'm curious because, I mean, obviously you used to work in the field. You're a very talented guy. Now all of a sudden you're in like a management role and you have to try to organize 21 guys. Like, how did you do that? Like, how did you adjust to doing that? What were some of the struggles? What were some of the crazy things that went on?
The crazy stuff I always gone on is deal with people. It's better. You can even ask anybody. You know this because you deal with people. But I mean, deal with people is like, especially like, Spanish people. Mm. Our community is so dramatic. We're dramatic. Like, we're dramatic. Like, seriously, you know that. We're dramatic, and if you say something small, we can make like a huge. Like, it's really hard. The Spanish community, like, I don't know why we like that, but I mean, it's really hard. I mean, sometimes, remember you told me I want to know everything, and basically troubles in the job is like, with guys, it's like nobody want to deal with this. These guys it's like, this is the hardest part. Not the job. Deal with people is hard. Like, hard. It's like, you say something, they do something different, then you ask, it's like, it's always. Yeah. I mean, when you're a good person, like, I don't have to say it, but I think I'm a good person. I try to be calm with everybody, and most of the people help me. I mean, and I always try to get the right guys.
Yeah, I mean, that's the hardest part with any business. Yeah. Like, if it's just you and me, we can work really hard and we can get it done. But as you get bigger, you need people. Yeah. And it becomes a game of like dealing with people and how do you get people to help you accomplish the goal of whatever it is.
It's crazy. I mean, the good part is you always, everybody love you. You always come to the job site to see if you see anything wrong. You call me, we figure it out. Like, it's not like I never see you, even if you really mad, I never see you come to the job site to throw a 2x4 to screen everybody. Like, you're not that kind of person. And that part, maybe that's why maybe we get along together. And I'm the same too. Even if I was sometimes when I do something wrong, I told her, and I mean, what are you gonna do? I put my head down and I said, I'm sorry. What else gonna say?
No, listen, sorry. Things happen. Like, you fix it, you move on.
Yeah, I mean.
So, I mean, I would argue to say that, I mean, if somebody's out there and they're doing investment properties or just construction in general, but especially, you know, fix and flips and things that we're doing, I would say you have more experience than anybody else on Long Island, any other contractor. We've flipped more houses together than any other contractor that I'm aware of. There's general contractors that do stuff, but like we have literally done hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of exactly what it is. Like, you know exactly what people want. You know exactly how they have to come out. You know, like the pitfalls to avoid. You know the issues with the town. You know everything.
Basically, like, it's not everything, but I mean, like 90%, maybe, 90%. I know basically what the people want, how the people want, how we can save money, how we can make this moving, how, especially in the job, like the flippers.
Yeah.
When the people flip houses, like you know exactly what the people are looking for. I know exactly how time you need. You know, I know, like, if you have 10 houses, like you lose money every day.
Yep.
And that's what I told the guys all the time when we're working. We're gonna start this house. I mean, my goal is make my boss laughing, because if he's happy, everybody happy. If he lose money, he's not the only gonna lose money. Everybody gonna lose money, and I always think like that. Always think my number one is you. My number one is my boss. It doesn't matter if it's rain, it's snowing, like it doesn't matter if I have to be naked to go into the base, to go swim in the basement.
It's happened before. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I try to make it happen.
What are, like,
it's bad. That time is bad.
What are the some of, like, because guys that buy houses to flip them or to sell them, it's different than people that are buying houses to live in and doing their own renovation. So what are some of the things or like suggestions that you have for guys that are flipping houses? Like, what should they be aware of? What should they avoid? What kind of renovations do you think they should do? You know, your advice to them about cutting corners, things like that, because we've been through all this stuff.
Yeah. I think for the people they really start, it's like they don't, in my opinion, in my experience, like, I think it's better if they have like a little, like the houses, like we call pump and dumps.
Yeah, pump and dumps.
Yeah, like these type of houses, like just to do a little stuff, because when you get into too deep, like we start to gut the whole house. Yeah. As soon we got the house, it's done. Then you have to start deal with the framing, termites, and mold, and this, you're done.
Yeah. So I think a big thing that people don't realize is it's all or nothing. Yeah. Like, you have that famous saying, and you were 100% right, where you're like, we're either going to do very, very little, like we're going to paint, change some little bullshit thing, and that's it, or we got to gut the entire house. And a lot of people would say, and even me at the beginning, I was like, that doesn't make sense. We shaved the sheetrock, we do this, we're going to save all this money. And we ended up spending more money and taking more time, and it looked like shit, as opposed to if we just would have left it alone, or if we just would have gutted it from the beginning.
Yeah, I think that's the big mistake that people make right now. Like, I see a lot of young people do this, and when I see this type of jobs, it's like,
they call you for this and bring you in and say, this is what I want you to do?
Yeah. And I told, listen, I don't think it's a good idea you can gut the house, because it's going to be like, if you have like 100, over 100,000, we can do it. I mean, if you don't have, I don't think this is a good idea to say, no, we're going to do it. Say, I don't think so. Then a couple weeks later, call me, you know what, I think we're going to paint, we're going to wash, like quick wash the house, like upgrade a little. Yeah, let's do it. I mean, it's not like.
So people understand pricing, because I think that's a big issue with guys who are flipping houses. They think, I'll buy this house, I spend $50,000, it's going to look like new, I'm going to put it back on the market.
It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Sometimes, some people, they don't realize it's not only like do a little bit painting here, it's not only that. Because sometimes when you start to do electric in like our houses, like mice, squirrels going to bite the wire, then you start see the one outlet is not working, then you have to spend this, open the ceiling, get up in the ceiling, try to find the problem. just right there, you already open the ceiling. Just to open the ceiling, like you have like minimum like 1,000 to fix the ceiling. Just this there. And if you don't want to paint the ceiling, you have to paint the ceiling. Then you have to start with the boilers. If you're lucky, the boiler's working. If not, when you turn the heat on, all the water's going everywhere. Like same thing like we do before.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like sometimes I see how we do stuff before and how the stuff going now is like, and I say, I wish we can do this before. I mean, like you say, it's a process. We learn.
Everything's a process. Everything learns, and nothing is easy. So, after 10 years, you've opened your own company. You've opened your own business.
Finally.
And you're servicing people like investors, but you're servicing everybody. So anybody who's looking for any type of home improvement need, you're working with them.
Yep. Basically, I do any type of work, basically related to construction. Mm-hmm. And I had a lot of experience, and the good part in here is like when I come to you and I say, Charles, I think I'm gonna do my own. Like this is like always gonna be in my heart when you told me this is what I'm gonna do, and I told you I think that's what I'm gonna do, and you say, listen, I'm here. And that's the good part, because some people, when like I have a couple of friends, when they try to do something like this, it's like it's the boss or somebody work, they don't basically help the people to grow. And it's a good part from you. When I told you, like you told me, Leo, I'm here, like whatever you need, I'll help you, and here we are.
Yeah, I'm very excited for you. I'm proud of you. It's a new level. It's a new struggle. It's hard, right?
This is completely different.
I mean, I have no doubt that you're going to be extremely successful at it, and I know that you've been doing a bunch of things now. But it's like it's another level. It's a totally different skill set.
It's completely different.
So what's different about it? So now you're running a business.
Yeah.
What have you experienced in the last few months doing this? What are the things that you expected, that you didn't expect? What are some of the challenges? What are some of the successes? What have you been experiencing?
The biggest issue I have is the money.
Meaning what, like people not paying?
Not the people not paying. The money is like managing the money. Like from today at 12 midnight, 12:01, that's tomorrow.
Yeah.
I already have to pay every day from 12 a.m. up to 12 p.m. It doesn't matter if I'm working or I'm not working, the money is going out. And I don't realize that part. It's like the moment you have like a real company, like not like company, like I do my own. No. You have like something like you told me, like real company, like with everything, it's like the money is really hard.
Yeah, it's insurance every day, it's payroll every day, it's gas every day, it is.
And right now it's like you help me a lot.
So that's good. You busy? You have stuff going on?
Yep, we're busy. We try to survive, and like I say, you help me a lot. I really appreciate it. And most of the people, it's not something. This is something I've snitched. I'm telling you right now. It's not like I know for sure. But I mean, some people they say, they told each other like, basically, you hate me, you fire me, you don't want to see me anymore. It's like, then I look at people like, where did all this coming from? And they don't understand. Like, I'll be close to you up to the day I die. Same. Whatever you need, I'm gonna be here for you. It doesn't matter rain. Like, you never leave me alone. Every time I need you, you're always there. And the best moment I have with you in a car, and that's when I realized I always know you are a great person. You have a lot of connections. I mean, the moment that's the moment you really impressed me. Like, you don't realize, but I mean, that moment is really, really like in my heart. When me and you we go in Brooklyn in a van.
Okay.
When I lie to you and I say we have an AC, 5 minutes later you're sweating with no AC. No, that moment, that day when
What happened in Brooklyn?
When we coming from Brooklyn, you saw. I'm really sad. You look at me like, Leo, you're right, and then I told you what happened with my house. Remember when I buy my house?
Yeah.
And you make one phone call. You make one phone call. Like 10 minutes later, the guy called me and told me, Leo, we have a deal. That's a little thing that day you impressed me. Like, you make one phone call.
Yeah, listen, I love you. You're my brother. I'd do anything for you. And I'm excited for your next chapter, and I'm excited for your business, and I'm excited to see it to grow and expand. So basically, if you are someone that is in the fix and flip business, this is the guy. There is nobody else. Reach out to him, consult him, hire him, have him estimate it. There is nobody that is going to do a better job in less time. There is nobody that understands the business and what people are looking for, what to fix, what not to fix, better than this gentleman. We've literally done 500 plus houses together over the last 8 or 9 years, and there's nobody better than you. So for people that are out there who don't know the name of your company, how to get in touch with you, what's the name of the new operation?
The business name is JO Home Remodeling. Phone number is 516-322-5103. We do basically everything from start nothing up to build completely house, like kitchen, bathroom, sheetrock, insulation, paint, floor, laminate floors, everything. And also now my son had the landscaping company, so they can call me. We can do maintenance too. And
so it's a full service operation. Whatever you need, whether it's something small like a bathroom or a kitchen, or something like a full gut renovation, roof, window, siding, the whole nine, Leo has an unbelievable team. They do an amazing, amazing job. The prices are perfect and what they should be. And I promise you, there's nobody out there that knows this business better than him. So I love you. I wish you the best. I'm excited to watch it. I'm obviously always here for you. And to the next chapter. But change is good.
Yeah.
It's a good thing, and it's a necessary thing. And in order to grow, you need change, and you need to be a little uncomfortable for a certain period of time. But that's how you grow and get better.
Yeah, I agree with you.
So if you have a house that smells like cat pee, I'm your guy. If you have a house that smells like cat pee and needs to be renovated, Leo's your guy.